Hey guys, and welcome back to Building Habits. In case you're new here, this is a series where I introduce a set of rules you should try and follow in every game you play. The goal is to teach you strong fundamental principles that we will improve upon as we go. This series is my personal take on how to improve in chess, starting from 400 ELO all the way up to 2000 ELO and beyond. I'm going to choose a series of rules that I have to follow. What you might notice is that you will miss chances to play winning moves. That's okay. The goal here is to focus on the fundamentals, and I'm trying to get you guys to build good habits and play high percentage moves that will help you increase your rating. Dude, this is the second time this has happened. This is the second time this has happened. The on and off. We need the refresh bras to check in. We should be back. But yeah, this is the second time this has happened. You guys remember? I think it happened yesterday. H3 bait in a closed stream. I know. So we take this way. We take this way. All right. I think it's back if you refresh. I hope you guys can hear me say that. Knight here. So the thing is, the last time we played this, like we did queen d4, it was a fork. Something weird going on. It's the second time. So yesterday I did the same thing. Off and on. Remember? I haven't seen this move before, but you guys remember? We did... So let me explain because it was off. So we did a6. That's our habit, right? That's our habit. And after bishop takes, pawn takes. And why am I not capturing towards the center? Why am I not capturing towards the center? And there's an answer, so I should explain it. Capturing towards the center is what I would do, but capturing this way is important in this position only. It's one of the only times there's an exception. And it's just, in this opening, very common. You should know that when you do this and you take this way, the computer tells you, hey, that's a mistake. D takes c6. So it's just a small thing that we've sort of learned. One thing that we're committing to memory, that in this particular system, we're going to take with a d pawn. That's all. Okay, he goes here. We're going to take the central pawn with check. Otherwise, I would normally capture this way. Okay, he's offering a queen trade. Again, we're not going to think twice. Take it, and let's get developed. Let's get developed. Yeah, if anyone's in chat, maybe someone could type it as well. But just let people know to refresh. Hopefully everyone's got it now. Sorry about that. It happened yesterday as well. D4. Okay, just develop. What do we want to do? We want to get castle. Let's bring the bishop here and castle. Am I going to take this knight? I don't really have any reason to take this knight. So even if you left it there, I wouldn't have taken it. Let's castle. Okay, rook there. Again, let's get the bishop's pieces out. Bishop there. If he goes here, I'm going to go back. Now, I think here is a good example of when you would give up a bishop for a knight. So I think keeping the bishop is very strong here and just developing. But just to show you guys, this is why we put the bishop here. It's that if there's ever a moment to double the guy's pawns, we generally are going to take it. So I'm going to do that. And what do we do next? We bring the rooks to the middle. Okay, he takes, we take back. What's our next move going to be? It's going to be this. I'm not even going to calculate anything else. Why? I've got all my pieces developed. Now I've got my king safety. We are in the endgame. Okay, so we want to start to bring the king to the middle. It does, GME. You're 100% right. This move is less important in an endgame, but I still think it's a good habit to do. H2 hanging. Yeah, he might play F4 and trap me, but in general, don't be focused on that. Be focused on the center of the board. Not taking this free pawn when it is free is not going to matter that much. And in other cases, it might not be free. It might be a poison pawn. So it's a really bad habit to start thinking about this move. Okay, he goes knight there. Obviously, we're taking. It's a trade. And we're going to follow up by playing rook takes. That's for us. That's for us. This is a much better pawn to win. That is a real pawn to win. And that is a free piece for me. See, stay focused in the center. And look how quickly we're going to win the game. Now we take, we do the trade. Let's bring the king to the middle and start pushing pawns, right? This is how we win. King to the middle. Start pushing pawns. This is how we win. Push, push, push. We want to pass pawn, right? We want to pass pawn. Our pass pawn is right here on the G file. Okay. Pass pawn. A4. And remember, use your king. Just going to try to take all the pawns with my king. Give me your pawns. Exactly. Give me your pawns. Okay. Let's take the central pawn. Attacking our bishop. We'll move somewhere in the center, nice and safe. Nikatori, I think you mean Dylan? But yes, he's probably still dancing somewhere. Okay. I always take captures, which is why these tricks, these like moves will never work. I always take captures. And now we have a pass pawn. Let's make sure to push it. Pass pawn here, pass pawn here. He can't stop both of them. So if he runs too far this way, I'll start using this pawn. Okay, now we have to get some checks in. See if we can deliver a mate. Fortunately, in this position, it's not going to be that complicated because we get the king cut off immediately. That is a checkmate. There we go. Okay, e4, right? You guys know the drill. e4, knight f3. Always with the knight. Always with the other knight. Bishop c4. Hopefully none of my moves are surprising. Knight out, I usually strengthen the center before castling, more of a preference thing. Okay, there, but can I castle? We're gonna bring our rook over, and the reason I'm able to do these moves so quickly is if you remember, the last game we just played was literally the same moves. Right? Literally the exact same moves. So far, it's identical. The last game, it was bishop takes, rook takes, bishop there. Okay, goes bishop here. What are we going to do? Automatic a3. We're not going to think. We're going to immediately attack that bishop. Okay, he takes. We're going to take back, of course. Knight there. Yeah, he wants to take our bishop. No problem. No problem. I go like this. He takes. We know we're going to take back with the rook. Queen f6. Let's finish development. Queen d2, right? We want to get this rook over. Queen there. He's a very tricky guy. He's a very tricky guy. It's unclear to me whether this, threatening this, would be something that's immediately easy to realize, you know? I don't think it is. I think it's, you know, I think it's reasonable that you wouldn't notice that. This is kind of a sneaky move. If you didn't notice it, you might go rook e1, like just finishing your development, good habits. He takes here, and all of a sudden, he's threatening this pawn. I think it's very reasonable this could happen. I think it's very reasonable. That's a tricky setup. Like, you kind of win queen here, just to play bishop takes. Do we care about the bishop pair at all? Not in a serious capacity. Not really, no. So, habit that we don't really want to get into, knight h4. Moving knights to the side of the board, trust me, there's going to be a chance, like right now, where you just win the game with knight h4. But all the other times that you're going to think about knight h4, I promise you it's going to be a bad move. So, yes, we're going to miss our opportunity to play a very good move here, knight h4. But this is threatened, checkmate. We're going to guard it, and we're going to continue. I know it's tough to play these moves, and you're like, hey, knight h4 is just winning. That's obvious. But knight h4 is not often a good move, putting the knight on the side of the board. We want to stay focused on the middle. So I'm not going to play knight h4. I'm going to play g3. We're going to stick to the habits. Queen g4. Okay. Queen g4. Don't really know what he's up to. Time for a few random pawn moves. Can my random pawn move be in the middle? Yes. So let's go. Okay, he takes. We take back. That's right. d4. You're calling it. I like to see it. Show us why it's bad to do h4. It's not that it's a specifically bad thing, like in this position, and that in general, a knight here controls 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. A knight in the center of the board controls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. So you control double the amount of squares when you're towards the middle. So it's a good habit to just keep your knight towards the middle. That's it. Okay, pawn there. I'm just going to continue pushing some pawns until we don't have any more to push, and then I'll decide on the next play. Discovered attack habit? No, discovered attack would be like if the queen was here, and then we could put our knight anywhere to like discover an attack on the queen. Usually a discovered attack on a bishop is not really the type of tactic. Let's go c3. You're correct, XS. This queen and bishop, by the way, they look pretty, but they're actually not doing anything. This is a very ineffective duo right here. Okay? Very ineffective duo. Okay, he plays rook d8. Look at his habits. It's good. It's good. What should we do here? Things in the center usually make sense. I would think of these two moves first because they're pawn pushes. Easy. Also, you know, like queen move like this, building up here. So I think probably one of these two moves, queen to one of those two squares, just putting more pressure on the center. All those moves seem to make sense, or seem to be consistent, maybe is a better way to put it. So I'll just go queen e2, supporting, maybe intending e5. Whoa! That is a free knight, right? Because the thing about the habit stream, like, one of the main things that it does, and by the way, let's now switch our rooks over to the open file. So I'll go here. One of the things that the habit stream does is it basically banks on your opponent making a mistake. So if you think about it in chess, at less than 1,000 ELO, both players that are playing the game should be making a mistake. Both players should be making a mistake. You know what I mean? Let's go rook here. Low-key getting out of the pin. I'm low-key in the pin. Al Hashmi. I did this. This is even worse now after bishop g4. So if you focus on minimizing your mistakes, like, do I know that the guy's going to play knight e5 and just lose a piece? Of course not. Right? I don't know he's going to do that. But I'm just playing a pretty solid game, and he all of a sudden plays a move like that. We'll take it. Okay, he goes here. Very annoying. I'm just going to play a random pawn here. But the idea is he's got tons and tons of pressure. Hey, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember? En passant, we learned that. That's one of the first things we learned. Yay. He takes there. What do I have to do? My pieces are stuck defending this, so let me move this bishop. Take a pawn. Oh, yeah. We learned en passant. That was a special moment. He's going here. Again, let's bring our bishop back to the center. That seems like a solid plan. Ooh, well, guys, I have to take a free rook, right? I have to take a free rook. Bishop takes f3, and this guy's turning checkmate in 1. What am I supposed to do? This guy's insane. I have to give up my queen. I have to give up my queen. Oh, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Attack a pawn? This is ridiculous, guys. I'm dealing with a heavy hitter here. I'm dealing with a heavy hitter. That was a crazy move, rook d8. Very impressive. Oh, we can do some pre-moves. You guys remember pre-moves? This is where we can basically get a pre-move practice in. Under 10 seconds, it's like a free-for-all pre-move practice zone. Damn. Damn. Tried to save my draw with my pre-moves. Couldn't quite do it. You know what I actually thought he would do? I was hoping. I was hoping he would do this. That was my only hope. Let's analyze the game. It was a loss, and our opponent played very well. Full credit to him. Look at that. Pretty accurate game by both people. 73-71. I thought it was a good game. Okay. Let's see here. This was a solid opening. Very tricky by him. Bishop takes h3. And after knight h4, did anyone see queen g5? Pinning the rook to the queen. Can you imagine? You guys would break the habits rule, play knight h4, thinking you're genius. Queen g5. You guys would take the bishop and lose your queen. Suckers. See? That's why you follow habits. Just play g3. Simple life. Simple life. Okay, this is all pretty fine. Knight e5 is obviously a big blunder. And look at his move. Rook d8. A mistake. A mistake. Oh, but rook takes d8's a blunder. Gotta take free pieces though. And then the accuracy of both players went down because I was pre-moving here. You know what I mean? Everybody has a missed win. Double question mark? Missed win, missed win, missed win, missed win. Okay, can he bench? Let's keep rocking it here. e4, e5. Let's get the knight f3. How can you get a game against me? Just be this ELO and join the pool, I guess. But yeah, I'm not playing games against people like taking challenges. I'm just joining the pool. Okay, so knight's out, bishop next. Knight here, threatening this. We've already handled this before. The idea is we castle. That defends it. That's a good thought, Chess Ninja. We gotta get to a point where we can consider it expensible, you know? Okay, he goes there, and like always, we want to kick this guy out. Okay, he goes back. Now, if we're castled, we've already got tons of moves in, and he's still hanging his pawn. I think it's reasonable for you guys to consider taking that. If he's not defending it with any move, we're already like 6 moves into the game. I think that's takeable. I think that's takeable. The thing I'm worried about is you guys trying to take a pawn when your king's in the middle. Bad things always happen. But if your king's out of the way, I think it's safe. If you guys play d3 here, would be a very good move as well. If you play d4, would also be good. But I'm going to say, look, you want to leave a pawn hanging that long? I'll take it. I'll take it. So yeah, L Drunken Spidey, I like your move d3. I do like it. So much so that I'm going to play it here. I could play d4, and normally 2 pawns in the center is what I would always choose, but I like a nice solid d3 for L Drunken Spidey. Knight out. How are we going to continue developing? Rook, bishop, takes. Okay, that's an exchange, so you know we're going to take it. He's going to take back. We're going to go here. That's our developing move. Okay, bishop e6. It's a trade, so you guys know that we're going to take it. Any trades we take, that's period. Okay, we got our queen up. We got our rook over, right? Queen up, rook over. And what this ensures is that in every game you play, your rooks are going to be in the middle. They're going to be activated. They're not going to be sitting over here. It's one of the, like another very common thing in lower ELOs is you constantly have your rooks in the corners. Rooks need to be activated in the middle. And look at this. He goes here. Well, we're going to take it. You know we are. We always take trades. If he takes it, we're going to take it again. He decides to take here. Okay, we take with the queen. Trades. We're going to take all trades. Trades, trades, trades. Rook to the middle, right? Rook to the middle. So this is all according to plan. Rook to the middle. He's playing queen here. He's attacking this pawn. Hey, let's defend it. Could play c3. Could play c4. You know. It's all good, but just some pawn move to defend. He plays king over to f8. He's bringing his king to the middle. Okay, let's go for more random pawn moves. Rook there. Now, this might be advanced, so pay attention. But if you take with the queen, although it looks like you're losing your queen for a rook, after the queen takes, you take with the rook, and then the king takes. Does that at first glance appear like a losing trade for white? Because I feel like it would to most guys who are just starting out. You know, like it'd be more natural when you see this to maybe move your queen. I don't know how that looks. To me, it's like I feel like the instincts would be, man, if I take this, I'm giving up my queen. You know what I mean? And I think that that's exactly why I'm going to play this move, queen back, because queen for rook just feels like, wait a minute, I'm losing my queen. He's getting my queen. I'm only getting a rook, and you don't, think I had the full capacity to take that. Okay, he goes here. He's actually attacking this pawn and this pawn, kind of a mini fork, in order to defend this and that. Let's say queen here or queen here. Attack some center squares as well. 800 would think taking the rook is checkmate. Why is taking good? Because if you count the pawns, I have 7. And black has 6. So I have 1 extra pawn. So I should win the endgame if I'm playing perfectly or if I'm playing well. Of course, I should win the endgame. Let's push pawns. The one in the center looks good. Active king. So one thing about active kings that I've always mentioned is in the endgame, you want to bring it to the middle of the board. But the only time that you're in an endgame but don't bring it to the middle of the board is when queens are there. Queens are very dangerous pieces. You bring your king to the middle, you might just get checkmated or something. So that's actually one of the cases we do not want to do that. Okay, so the queens are very tricky. Queens are very dangerous. Okay, I don't know. Let's just push pawns. Let's just push pawns. So even though I might consider this, and maybe I don't even notice that's pinned, the fact is that I can do en passant, which if I can do this move, trust me, it's very addicting. Once you know how to do en passant, as soon as you do it, you're just like, you feel like a boss. Like, hey, what's up, girl? You see my en passant the other day? Okay, attacking the pawn. This is easy. We're gonna give a check and defend. Okay, now we have a pass pawn. We have a pass pawn. What are we supposed to do with pass pawns? Oh, well, the thing is, even if I was down a pawn, I would take this trade. So it's actually nice. Now that we're in an endgame, guys. Now that we're in an endgame, king to the middle. Don't even think twice. King to the middle. King to the middle. Okay. So we've done that. King to the center, done. Okay. So now I'm sort of just going to push a bunch of random pawns. Just push. We'll see what happens, basically. Obviously, if we knew something about this endgame, we would maybe show a bit of technique. But I'm sort of just going to push a bunch of pawns. See what happens. I don't think it's important to have really, really good endgame technique at this level. I don't think it's relevant. It goes here, I go here. It's pretty much my only move. Like, essentially, I can't go forward, and I have to go back. So maybe you don't realize initially here that if you go here and here, then you just win the game. So look, maybe you go here. Maybe you're like, what the hell? How do I do this? Hell, you might even like walk all the way over here and like realize you're stuck. It's very possible to just like not know how to win this endgame. But eventually you will stumble, whether it's an accident or not, on the idea that you need to get your king up. Like you will, it'll just be a happy accident. There you go. And we've got our pass pawn. And believe me, if that king was here and it was his turn, I would probably stalemate. This is pure luck that I get to play d7. Pass pawns, push him. Check. And what's the easiest thing to do? Take a pawn and promote it. Okay. Now, the king is in the way of the ladder technique, which is a little troll. Oh, look at that. King to g7 checkmate. As every 800 would do, of course. Okay, let's make a push. Let's make a push. We're feeling it now. We've played so many games. I feel like the habits should be, ingrained. The habits should be ingrained. Knights first, bishop next. And you'll notice that I basically don't know any openings, right? When I'm playing against these guys, I'm not playing theory, I'm not playing openings, I'm not playing open Sicilian, none of that. All I'm doing is I'm playing my pieces to the exact same squares every single game. I'm not doing anything too special. Okay, we want to get castled. These players do get their ELO refunded, yes. Okay, and pawn up, we're going to take. Why? It's a trade. You guys know that. If the pawn takes back, attacks our bishop, we're going to evaluate, is it possible to take this? Well, actually, he has 2 defenders, I have 2 attackers. It's not good enough. Where do we put our bishop every time we're getting attacked? Every single time? Here. Just drop it back. We're not even going to think twice about it. How do I decide which side to castle? So I always castle this way, and if I can't castle this way, for some reason, like I'm being prevented, or it's not available, I castle that way. That's it. Okay, g6. Rook to the middle, right? Easy move. Rook to the middle, and where's this bishop going to go next, guys? It's going to go here, right? A nice pin. Okay, he goes bishop there. I'm, of course, not going to take this. And although there's knight d5, that's taking advantage of a lot of pins at once. Pretty advanced. We're just going to play queen d2 and just finish our development. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. h6, attacking the bishop. Where are we going to go? You guys already know. Hopefully you do. Not taking, just going back. Keeping the pin. Keeping the pressure. It's all about the pressure. Okay, rook to the middle. You know it. That's what we want. And what's our next move going to be? Anybody? Anybody? I mean, if he makes a move that threatens something, obviously that'll change. But let's just say it was our turn here. We could go twice. What would we do? H3, baby. Yes, 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 yes. Correct. We need H3 here. We need H3. Okay, and he made a rook move. Kind of does nothing. H3. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. Feels safe, man. Yep. Okay, he goes here. It's time for our random pawn move. Random pawn move in the center or on the side. Believe me, if you can do it in the center, you should probably do it in the center. This is just unlucky. This is just unlucky. But more times than not, I would say do this. E5 to develop the knight. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. Okay, attacking our bishop. Let's move it to safety. Safety. Cap. Looks like we're going to need to lose material here. Sag. Feels bad. Oh no, my bishop. Oh no. Oh no. But actually, oh no. Actually just lost the bishop. King b6, attacking the bishop. Now, can I go here? Unfortunately not. Complete with my random pawn move. I think a4 is reasonable. So yeah, unfortunately our pawn move there was c4, trapped our bishop. And of course, if you guys are playing, you might realize, oh, if I did a4 there as a random pawn move instead of d4, would have been 10 times better. And you're right. So you guys might get good at realizing when you're supposed to do a random pawn move in the center and when it should be on the side. That's up to you guys, right? But, okay, he goes knight e4. Let's move the queen. Somewhere central makes some sense. And next move, what am I going to do? Probably keep moving these pawns over here until I can't move them anymore. It looks so easy, but it's still hard in practice. I know. I know. It's never easy. It's never easy, boys. It takes practice. Okay, h5. I am just going to continue some rando pawn moves. Other guy's also an undercover GM? That would be funny. That would definitely be funny. Just two smurfs crossing paths in the night. Okay, rook there. Although bishop takes here, and then bishop takes would be very strong. Winning piece. Winning a rook, to be precise. Bishop takes is, of course, the move that, people are going to play. Okay, that's a capture, so we're going to do it. Ooh, a fancy move. Okay, queen's being attacked. I feel like in general, we should sort of stick to the middle of the board. So I'm probably just going to go here or here. I'll choose this one. The same reason when I got attacked, I also went here. Just picked some square generally aimed at the center. Okay, knight takes pawn. So whenever something like this happens, you have to start doing some counting. Some counting. Well, f4 attacks the center, but let's say d3 in general is definitely a more central square. So they both attack the center. One is a more central square. I'm just going to choose it based on that, maybe. You got to do some counting. So how many people are attacking it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many people are defending it? 1, 2. If you have more than they do, go for it. 3 is greater than 2. There we go. And all that happened in the center as well. He takes this way. Now, what he probably forgot was that knight is hanging. Free piece. We have to take free pieces. And look at that. We get a win. Got to take those free pieces. All right. Let's get another one. Let's see if we can get up there into the, high 880s. Dream about a 900. 900 ELO. Well, Bozo, speaking of a Fresh Prime splatter, we got a guy named It's Splat using Fresh Prime sub. How about that, Bozo? Thank you so much, guys. Whether you're a student or you just have Amazon Prime, using that Fresh Prime, we get money for that, and you guys don't spend any. It's the best deal. It's the best deal. The only thing is you have to manually go and resub every month. So it's possible you have a Fresh Prime lying around waiting to be used. I always have to. I don't know if you guys do this, but I actually have an alarm. Not an alarm, maybe like a calendar event. And I write down the day that I'm supposed to resub my Twitch Prime, honestly. Because I'll forget otherwise. So I actually do write it down like, hey, February 5th, resub. March 5th, resub. Because I'll never remember. So it's actually a good idea, in my opinion, to do that. Because Amazon basically is saying, hey, if you have Twitch Prime, then you can do it for free. Right? You can sub for free. But Amazon's not going to let you have a way to automatically basically make them pay money. If you want to make Amazon pay money and not you got to manually do it. That's what they're saying. And a lot of people forget, which is why Amazon doesn't have to pay out, a free sub every single month. But yeah, I think it's worth it to add it to your calendar or something like that. You got a Prime sub. That's it's an easy way to remember. It's quite possible. Let's keep developing. It's quite possible you just have one lying around right now that you haven't used. Whether you're a student or whether you just have Amazon Prime, like most people. I have Amazon Prime. I'm not a student anymore. Yeah, take some of Jeff's money. He's stepping down from Amazon. At least the CEO position. Take some of his money. He doesn't mind. Okay, let's get the bishop out. Thank you, guys. I think we just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We just had 8 Prime subs in a row. Okay, trades we take immediately. You guys know that. We actually just had 8 Twitch Prime subs in a row. Thank you. Splatter after splatter, Bozo. Okay, how about rooks to the middle? How about that fundamental? Let's not forget. He should play h3. I agree with you. He should. I agree with you. Thank you all for the Twitch Primes. That is a beautiful sight. Okay, let's save this bishop. Pick somewhere in the center. Oh my goodness, this is a hype train, but it's actually a Fresh Prime hype train. What's up, Chrono? You here to build your habits, buddy? You here to build your habits? Let's save our king. Tuck him away safety, This is good. And let's play h6. We're not going to forget about that, right? Even though our king has tons of air. It's just a habit we're going to get into. Habit we get into. All right, rook there. It looks like he's starting to push that pawn forward. It looks like he's threatening to do that. Let's put our bishop in the middle of the board. Thank you for all the primes. Down to build your habits? All right, bet. All right, bet. Hey, is that a pawn for me? Look how dominant my position is. Everything in the middle of the board. Bishops, knights, rooks, all coordinated. Look at his pieces. They're observing. They're observing the action. What I like to say is that pieces like this are not even around to take a picture. Not even around to take a picture. Pieces that are kind of developed but on bad squares, you could say, they're just taking photos. They're just background. But the guys that aren't even out yet, they're not even there to take the photo. It's brutal. It's brutal. Okay, he goes knight there. I think it's very normal to double on the open file. But thanks, Yablaka, JDM's MVP, Vacant Planes, Fry Guy 84, Killer SOS, Free Radical 11, Programmed to Win, Leon Trout, and It's Splat. All of you guys, every single one, just use Twitch Prime and sub to the channel. Sometimes you just need that reminder. Like, seriously, sometimes I'm on stream and someone will be like, hey, don't forget to check your Twitch Prime. And I'll be like, damn, I actually had my Twitch Prime available. And then I'll close their stream and go to chessbrah and I'll sub with Twitch Prime. So it's really nice. If you're watching other streams, you might also get reminded to come to chessbrah and sub. So there's lots of ways to always remember, get that Prime sub, and get over to the chessbrah channel. Make sure to use that here. All right, rookie 2. He's protecting this. He's protecting this knight. I think it's time for some random pawn moves. Time for the random pawn moves. Oh, but that is a big pawn, and it's a fork that he just blundered. Ooh, guys, that is free stuff for me. See how quickly that just went out of control? Ooh. It's out of control, guys. It is out of control. That was way too many free things. 1, 2, 3. Oh, is this another one? Guys. Oh, man. Every single one of his pieces just disappeared, by the way. Every single one. Oh, no. So how do we win this endgame? We take pawns. Once we get a passed pawn, we push it, right? Hopefully you guys know how to do that. Okay, I took this. That's a passed pawn. I'm just going to push it. Right, guys? Push, push, push. That's all we want to focus on. Okay, that's a capture. We're going to take it. Okay. May as well take a pawn in the center of the board. Why not? It's all about this queen, though. Get a queen.
Because we're not going clothing.
Once you have a pass pawn, push it. And what do we want to do? We want to set up our ladder, basically. Remember this? Ladder checkmate. Nice and easy. Hello, person Mars. Okay. On there, we're going to match that with d4. We're going to match it with d5. We're going to get both knights out. And we're going to put this bishop here. Play e6, put this bishop here. That's the idea. Okay, now we're seeing something which is new to us. Kind of a gambit, basically. We're not playing gambits. People can still play gambits against us. That's a pawn, so obviously we're going to capture. Bishop f5. I'm going to try to continue as if nothing happened. As if nothing happened. Okay. Here, and obviously I'd like to... Oh, okay, so trades are good. I'll always do trades. And let's get castled. I'll always take a trade. Here we go. There's an example of another trade. Am I going to take this pawn? No. Reactive. I'm basically going to take that in the middle. I got to move my knight. Here or here. Actually, I can go to both squares in the middle of the board. Both squares. Which one is better? It's actually hard to tell. It's actually hard to tell. This one or this one. Who knows? I think both moves are very acceptable. I'm just going to choose this one. But, yeah. If you guys played knight e4 or knight d5, I think both are fantastic. A+ moves. A+ moves. Okay, so for sure we take that one back. For sure we take that one back. Okay, rook there. Now, can we finish off the habits? How do we complete development? Can anyone help me out? Let's say what would be like the next 3-4 moves if I could do them all in a row. Shiznow's definitely onto something there. He says queen, rooks to the middle. A lot of guys on h6, and I respect the hell out of h6. So I like that you guys are remembering it every time. It's really good. But what I like to do is I like to finish developing the pieces first and then go for h6. So I like it. I like that you guys are all suggesting. Let's bring the rook. I like that you guys are all suggesting h6, but I am gonna go with Shiznow's suggestion. Queen out, rooks, and then h6. Oh, did we get him? Did we get him, guys? Hey, anyone have an idea what I'm supposed to play here? We baited him. We baited him. We got him. We take those, exactly. We have to take free pieces, especially if it's a whole 80 like that. Free queen, yeah, generally probably a good move. I don't know. I'm a fan, put it that way. What's the best seller in the chessbrah shop? That's a good question. Dylan, what's the best seller you reckon in the chessbrah store?
I don't even know the exact one.
Let's say without having the stats, maybe pictures from the merchandise channel.
But you got to break it down to like for hoodies.
Different categories, yeah. Hoodies.
Do you like zippers or no zippers?
Let's say hoodie. Let's say hoodie. Because I think it's fair to say that the zip hoodie is probably overall like the most popular one.
Yeah.
So it depends, of course, as Dylan said, if you like zip or not. I don't like zip, so my favorite is always pullover hoodie. But it depends on your style. Overall, I would say the best seller is probably the zip hoodie with the chessbrah logo on the front. But I like pullovers, so my favorite is either the one behind me right there, the Pro Chess League one, or just the original signature chessbrah hoodie. But I like pullovers. It depends on you, right? So obviously pick according to yourself. But overall, if you are curious, most popular hoodie or most popular product is probably the chessbrah zip hoodie.
Come flight. If I will personally package your merch if you purchase something.
Flight?
Yeah.
Is that someone in here? Flight CS or who's that?
Come flight.
Come Flight.
Come to what? Comet flight.
Oh, Comet Flight. Okay.
Jeez. Wow.
Thanks for your order there, Come Flight.
Come flight. I just put my head down. Sorry to insult your name.
Comet Flight says, if Big Dill will pack my merch with love, I'll buy a hoodie right now. Comet Flight, not only is your order going to get packed with love,
I could go model.
it might get
all
packed
the
with
hoodies
something
for you.
else.
I could model the different hoodies for you even.
Let's get a random pawn move. I think that was a yes, Comet Flight. So if you're serious, you got it, man. You got it. Appreciate it either way.
If they
Okay.
have a suggestion, I will come back and model one. So if they have a specific thing that they want, I'll come back and I'll model one.
Ooh.
Is that a good idea?
Ooh. Comet is getting the service. The
I tried
service.
to buy Dylan, but he that was out of stock.
Tom, 2007.
Nope.
Okay, let's double the rooks. That seems like a fair plan. Couldn't that have been a fast mate? Yep, but it's pretty unreasonable to go here and give up material, in my opinion. So, trying to be a little more realistic. Just build it up slowly. Put pressure on the center. I got an extra queen, and look at that. That is a free rook. Free piece. We always take those freebies.
I'll come back.
Sure. Couple hanging things. This is hanging in the middle of the board, so makes sense to take it. There's cases for both. This is a good move. Technically, this is probably the move that would lead to mate quickest, because I kind of expect him to take it, but he played a great move. He didn't trade. That's nice. He didn't trade. Yeah, there's lots of back rank threats. You know why there's back rank threats, guys? Because he didn't play this move. He didn't play this. Now he might do it. I hope he will. But he didn't play a pawn move the whole game. That's a free bishop. It's crazy, right? He has to. There we go. Finally, something. Finally, something. It's because he didn't play h3 that there were so many threats there. Trade. And like a ladder technique mate. There we go. That's a win. That's a win. Okay. Let's stick to the habits, guys. We're at 891. Okay, we're going knight here. We'll go knight here, just like always. And he's actually stopping me from playing bishop there. So might have to rethink. So first of all, if he's gonna let me take the center, I will. You know, why not? And I might have to rethink things. First of all, that is a capture. So I probably should have been taking that this whole time. There we go. I think it transposes now to probably what it would have looked like. So here, I would have taken, and then probably played d4 and knight here. So we actually end up getting, I would say, the exact thing. Wasn't paying attention at the start, but when he went there, I probably would have taken, following the habits, captures, and then when he went here, would have attacked him, and he would have gone there. And I think we have the exact position that we would normally have. Now, if the bishop can't go here, the bishop can't go here, it has to go here, right? It's the only other place I can attack the center, you know? So I'm going to go here. I think that's where the bishop wants to go. Castle. And bishop out, right? Why is always capturing a rule? Because I made it one. Let's go rook to the middle. Open file for me. Open file for me. Where's my queen going to go? Well, it's probably going to go to d2. The rook's going to slide over. h3. I'm going to continue from there. Did building habits just start? Not quite, buddy. More like building habits is coming to a close for today. We've been going on the habits for about 4 hours so far. So queen d2. You guys know the drill. Rook over. Is there a name for the kind of opening I'm using? Not really, honestly, because I'm not using an opening. I'm just using some moves, certain types of moves. Just moves, simple moves that have to do with the center. I'm actually not using any openings. Not using any openings. Splurty says, rooks in the middle, bitches suck the fiddle. So, honestly, Splurty, if saying that helps remind you to put your rooks in the middle of the board, fucking say it every time you play chess. Seriously, we all have our own ways to remember things. If you repeating in your head, rooks in the middle, bitches suck the fiddle, if that makes you put your rooks in the center of the board, I'm happy. That's fine by me. Completely fine by me. That can, you know, like, if that gets you to do it, that's a good habit, man. I don't mind if you're sitting at a chess tournament, it's dead silent, and you just... Rooks in the middle, bitches suck the fiddle. Okay, rookie won. I don't mind. Like, that's okay. That's okay. Good habits are good habits. We're not questioning where they came from. h3. h3. Okay, that's a trade. We're going to take trades every time. And let's put a piece in the center of the board. Why not? Can you imagine? Let me just search. Just search some famous chess image. For example, this. You know what I mean, boys? Can you imagine? It's just this. And the caption of this image is just some like thinking bubble. And it's just like, rooks to the middle, bitches suck the fiddle. That's just a, you know, that's just, he could be fucking thinking that. Who knows? Who knows? Rooks in the middle, bitches suck the fiddle. All right, he brought the knight back. What are we gonna do? Let's throw a random pawn in there. Ooh, knight there. Okay, so the thing is, knight there is pinned. So the first thing I'm gonna look at probably is taking this, right? Of course, rook takes is a fantastic move. It wins the game, but let's be honest, bishop takes is the move that's gonna get played because hey, the guy hangs his queen, and I'll take it. I'll take it. Now here, we're gonna take that back, and maybe a rook to the open file. Maybe king to the middle. I think these are all good things. We're going to try to combine them all. That's what I'm saying, Bill Barados, you know? That's what I'm saying. Okay, trades, you know, are automatic. King to the middle, right, guys? Immediate. I'm going to use my king as a weapon here. Mark my words. He's going to regret. My king is way more active than his. Okay, he's attacking my pawn. That's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. One thing I've told you guys is try to be active in endgames. So I'm going to go here as like a, hey, if you take me, I take you. If he defends it, though, which would be a great move by him, then I would have to defend my pawn. But look, if he attacks something, try to attack something back. I think, well, we can already see this has paid off. I think that in rook endgames, like one of the worst things that players do when they're starting out or when they haven't got a full grasp on rook endgames is they're never aggressive. They're never doing proactive things in the endgame. They're just sitting there and their opponent attacks something, they defend it. You have to do things in the endgame. Be the attacker. Take this pawn. We're taking all his pawns. Remember, I said in the endgame, king to the middle, take all his pawns. And if he has a, if you have a pass pawn, push it. Oh, that's a free rook for me. He forgot. His pawn was defending his rook. His pawn was defending his rook. Well, the 9, if he puts his rooks in the middle, your rooks should probably also be in the middle. And if there's pawns in the way, then you can put your king to the middle still. And if there's pawns not in the way, then probably there should be some trading of rooks going on. So what you're describing is not a situation that would ever occur. You know what I mean? Okay, king there. Well, what about this? What about this pawn push? What about this pawn push? Let's help him push. Help him push. Definitely stupid fun. No, I think it's fair that if the like if the rooks are in the middle, obviously the bitches are sucking the fiddle. But if the rooks are not in the middle, then I think the bitches must stop sucking the fiddle. There's no way that they would keep sucking the fiddle without the rooks. I think they sort of hand in hand. Oh, look at that. So, how effective was pushing that pass pawn? Very effective. D7, D8. You see what I mean, guys? When you're pushing pass pawns, at some point, people, like, they stop chasing it. I don't know, like, there's something about pass pawns is that you move it up the board, and people look at it, and they're like, oh, that's a pass pawn. And then they do nothing. And the pawn just queens. I don't know what it is. It's like people don't, they see a pawn, and it doesn't look that dangerous. It doesn't look like it's doing anything, but, you know, it's about to become the most powerful piece on the board, a queen. So, not to be underestimated. We're 898, guys. 898. Are we ready for 900? Do we have 900 energy in the chat right now? We gotta try. We gotta try. We started at 800 today, so I road to 900. This has been big. All right, let's see. E4. Let's see if we can do it, guys. Okay, you guys know what we're gonna do. When it's D5, we must take. It's a capture. Okay, knights out. We must hit the queen. Our two knights come and develop like this. The only reason I'm choosing this one is because, hey, it attacks the queen. May as well. He's giving me check. Let's develop a piece and block the check. Why not? Develop the knights. I'm going to have to bring my pawn up, right? Pawn in the middle of the board. We generally want to occupy the center with something, like some pawn, whether it's E4, D4. Mondo Jono says, cool. Now my 7-year-old has a rhyme to remember what to do with his rooks. Thanks, chessbrah. Okay, let's castle. Okay, bishop needs to develop. Let's go here. Castles. Let's bring the queen. Rook's out. Frank, what do you mean you like your bishops too much? Because remember, Frank, the oh, this is devious. You guys know what's gonna happen. Oh. gotta take it. It's a free pawn. No. That was fair game though. That was fair game. E5 was a very nasty move. E5 was a nasty move. The habits aren't perfect, guys. They're not perfect. Yeah, I mean, this is just a strong move. There's a pin. He uncorks this. A learning experience, yes. I'm on tilt now. Cap. Okay, he goes here. I'm going to play this move because it's a center pawn. And this one gets captured. But yeah, you should analyze your losses. Even that one. Knight to c3. Knight to f6. Knight here. Bishop there. You guys know the drill. You just won 5 in a row. Let's go, Barrick. Oh, that's a capture for me. That's a capture for me. That's a knight development. Always the knights. This bishop's going to come here next. See where he puts the queen, though. See where he puts the queen. Okay. Like pawn here, castle. Usual drill, exactly. Hopefully it does feel like the usual for you guys. You know, hopefully these moves don't surprise you every time you see them. They really should feel second nature. Oh, that's a capture. I'm not even going to question it. Not even going to calculate it. If it's a capture, we'll do it. So, knight, where can it go? Here and here. Right? Those are the central squares. We're always going to calculate those first. Can't go here, so I am going to go there. Bishop's weaker on the sides. A little bit, yep. Yep, a little bit. Bishop is always going to be stronger here or here as opposed to like over here, for example. Only has 1 diagonal. This one has 2. Okay, he goes back. I think it's time to get castled. Time to get castled. Yeah, we were threatening Fork City. Okay, queen here, and unfortunately, I don't get to uncork the quite beautiful trick, bishop b4, because that is a very advanced tactic, but good to know about. Anyways, we'll play d6, guards our bishop. e3 attacks our knight. We gotta move our knight. Knight f5 looks like the safe square, the only one, actually. Bishop b4 is nasty there, though, yeah. Why didn't I do the tactic? We're only using basic tactics right now. And that one seemed kind of advanced. That one seemed kind of advanced. Okay, he goes e4. Where can the knight go? Well, we always look to center squares first. Always center squares first. Bishop there. Well, rip us. Rip us. We are going to have to lose a piece here because I don't see any square it can go to that's safe. None of them. Okay, I'm going to keep developing. Queen f6. Unfortunately, not a normal move. I'm going to take the L. I'm going to take the L. I'm going to go bring my rook. And plays f3. How resourceful are 800s? I'm not seeing a very normal way to save my piece. Queen f6, it's not really a move we ever play. I guess we play it when the bishop takes the knight. Maybe it's not absurd. I was thinking queen f6 is kind of a bad habit. We don't usually bring our queen out like that, but I guess it's probably fair that if... I don't know. What do you guys think? I guess if bishop takes f6, we've played queen f6 enough times before. Bishop b4, we're definitely not playing. But queen f6 is reasonable, now that you guys mention it. I think you're right. Queen f6, there's been a lot of times where bishop's gone there, we've gone like this, and we've taken. So, queen here, I think is reasonable. I think it's not so crazy. Still, though, like our opponent can castle or play rook d1, like add more pressure, and I remain concerned about the outcome of this knight. Ooh, trades. This is helpful, guys. Trades. Trades. We like trades. Now, what's he gonna do? Okay, trades are good. Okay, takes this. We have to take back. Trades are easy. Joe. Oh. Trades, trades, trades. Let's finish our development. Our bishop can't move to any of these squares, so we have to move it here. This is annoying. That's right, Theo. Definitely. Thanks a lot, Joe. 010. Tier 3 for 40 months, guys. Joe. Appreciate it, buddy. Okay, so I finished all the development, right? I'm going to play h6. You can laugh at me. Haha. Completely ridiculous move, but still think it's a good habit, so I'm going to play it. Time for our random pawn moves, like this.
Time for yeah. They did it maybe 50 years ago. In the 50s, they used to have, like, let's say a bride wants to get a wedding dress and go shopping, and they hire a bunch of models. Louis Vuitton hires models to do this, but yeah, no, this is online, so gotta be on the fly.
Any without the Canadian flag? There's no Canadian flag, but obviously the reason that the logo is like that is it was the official logo of our team. We had an online chess team, part of a league, pro chess league. Hey, look at this guy, by the way. He's bringing his king to the middle. This guy knows what he's doing. This guy knows what he's doing.
This is the no logo.
C4? Yeah, C4 is kind of an advanced move once again, though. We're keeping it pretty simple here. Trades, do all those trades. C4 now makes more sense than before. Before, it's like a little bit special of a move to take advantage of a pin. When I say that we've unlocked pins, what I mean generally is, we've unlocked pins in terms of we can pin things. So we can pin that bishop, let's say. But taking advantage of pinned pieces, it's a little more difficult. Do we sell any zip-up hoodies? Yeah, man. Our most popular item is our zip-up hoodie. You can see it in the chessbrah store. Okay, what did we say? We said pawns get captured, right? Now, believe me, I'm not happy to do that move, but pawns get captured. What am I going to do? I'm going to use my king. My king went from here, and it's now one of the most active pieces. We want to push pawns, move kings. Push and pass pawns, no big deal. You play like a bot? I am playing a little robotic. I'm following some habits, So it will appear like that. Comet Flight says he just placed an order, and I just saw my phone. Yeah, we just got an order. That must be yours, Comet.
You will have a personalized packaging for you.
Yo, sounds good, man. Yeah, it's definitely worth it, man. It's definitely worth it. Oh, he goes there. Let's take. It's a check. And that's actually going to be hanging now that he played that move. Oops. Oops. Okay. Bring the bishop back to the middle. Yeah, a lot of isolated pawns. Kind of funny. Let's push our pass pawn. In general, we're going to try to push pawns. That's the vibe. And use our king. If my king can ever go forward, believe me, I'm going to be doing it. Attacking a pawn and attacking a pawn. That's all we want to do. We want to attack pawns in the endgame. He goes here. Let's say I attack this pawn. Oh. We're going to take that. That's a trade. Okay, let's attack the pawns. And I have a pass pawn here, so I'm going to push it. I have a pass pawn here and here, so I'm going to try to push those two pawns. That's a pawn I can take. That's a pass pawn. Let's take this. And pre-moves. And just get another one, and here, and here. That would be the ladder technique, right, guys? Oh, we're playing 975, guys. This is really going to put the habits to the test. Does anyone have faith? Okay. We'll play that. We'll match that. Oh, okay. So far, so good. We got a good start here. We got a good start to the habits. 95. Well, that's a capture. Even though there's a pawn to maybe take. Again, I mentioned we don't want to be taking pawns when our king's in the middle. Just, yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, bishop takes. I don't see any particular threats, so I'm going to castle. Going to castle. Something like this. Bishop there. You know, these are the type of developing moves. Actually, sorry, I realized I can put my bishop here. This makes a lot more sense than when you have something like this coming up. Knight d4. An idea we've used before. An idea we've used before.
You're selling a lot of hoodies here.
Dylan has been modeling.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. Okay, so attacking the queen. We'll go here. Again, this is a nice tactic to know. Bishop takes, undermining the bishop here, but a tricky tactic. Not the most basic in my opinion. But yeah, after bishop there, in case you guys are curious, bishop takes f3 would be a very strong move. However, we're sticking to our guns here. I would normally go for this, but we've talked about this on stream, and this is one of our things. Part of the habits. When we have the bishop pinning the knight, we try to bring our knight in to gang up on that. Then we try to take this and put our bishop there. We've done this many times, even just today. So we're going to go straight for it. Straight for it. Check. We're going to put our bishop here. Right? So we've done this before. So the only reason I'm sort of not doing the regular habits or maybe trading or anything like that is because this is a very special, I guess, sequence that we've looked at, and it is really strong. You get a lot of quick wins with stuff like this as soon as you get the guy's pawns doubled like that. Okay, now we are still going to stick to our guns here. That is a trade. We're going to take it. So if you can ever double the guy's pawns in front of his king, it's usually a very good thing.
I mean, this keyboard's like sticky. No wonder it's so loud. Like with it.
Did you say sticky?
Something like you touch the cushion.
You just undoubled them? Yeah, it's more about this pawn leaving the g file, but I agree. I undoubled them. I wouldn't normally do this move, but like I said, the habits aren't foolproof. They're not always going to give you the best move. So you guys might be wondering why I'm moving my queen again, not bringing the rooks to the middle, and I can show you guys why. It's to deliver this checkmate. And before you say, hey, that's cheating, that's advanced, we looked at exactly this. We opened the analysis board and we studied this together on stream. So it makes sense that we use it here. This is actually us applying what we've learned. Cha-ching. Easy. Quite a few times, that's true. So if anyone's been watching since the very start, we have utilized this idea. Like I said, you'll get quick wins when you do this. Knight d4, you cannot stop double pawns from happening. Your bishop here, and then as soon as you get your queen out here or to here, give a check. You will probably be checkmating the guy. And there it is. And there it is. We did hit 900. There we go, 907. That's not bad at all. All right, I said I'd show you guys this thing that just happened, which is the reason we hit 900. Okay, so the idea is simply this. Once you pin the knight to the queen, if the queen ever moves out of the pin, like off this diagonal, anywhere, then you take the knight and they have to take back and their king is exposed. So it's not good. Generally, they'll keep their queen here. And then what you do is when possible, you add pressure to that pin with your knight. If they take your knight, remember, you're still hitting that queen. If they move their queen out of the way somewhere, you can always take this and double their pawns in front of the king. So they don't want to do that. So by force, if they can't defend this knight, and they usually can't, with a bishop or something, if that guy could go there, hey, it would be defended, but that's not possible. So by force, you're going to be able to take with check, they're going to take back, and then you can plant your bishop here. This will always happen. Double pawns like that. Now the goal is if you could pick this guy up and just put it right there. You see how that would be checkmate in 2? Right? Or if he blocks it, you just take it on your way to G2. So that's the goal. That's the goal. We want to just bring our queen here at all costs. Which is why here I took, getting the bishop away from that square. And then I played queen here, trying to get to that square. And that's all the game was. The whole game I just knew that as soon as I get these double pawns, I even told you guys, I said, hey, this often leads to very quick wins. If you remember this, like you're definitely going to get some KOs in there. What if they move king h1? Well, if they move king h1, it's still checkmate. If they move king h1, generally speaking, like obviously it's not forced mate. He can go here and still be alive. But my point is, like, you know, you're still doing well. Your bishop is still, you always have these threats. And even if you don't get a checkmate, it's still good position, right? His pawns are weird. His king is wide open. So it's not like you get a checkmate every time, but it's good. It's a good habit to get into. So it's just one sequence that is really, really strong. Once you have a pin, always look to add pressure to that knight with another knight. And if possible, play knight d4. Or if you're with the white pieces and you're pinning a knight here, add pressure with knight d5. Exact same business. Exact same business. So anyhow, that's what we just did. And that's why if you look at our profile here, we are, what are we? Profile. Yeah, we are 907. Look, 95.5 accuracy. That was a very good game by us as well. We've had 7.3 accuracy, and we got 95.5. Hey guys, just a reminder that Building Habits is going to be a regular series on our YouTube channel, so make sure to get subscribed if you are not already. Drop a comment down below for the algorithm, and let me know what you thought about the video. See you next time.